Welcome to the Circle City Cinema with your beloved host and the one and only Zach Griffith, a part of the Running Hook Podcast Network.
Welcome into Circle City Cinema. I'm your host, Zach Griffith, and I'm joined to kick off our F9 countdown by Bryce Shadday and Devin Voss. Gentlemen, welcome your debuts on Circle City Cinema.
Honestly, it's taken too long, Zach. If we're just being completely honest, you seem to be on like every other pod with me, and I haven't been on your pod, so this is new.
You know, it happens. And Devin, you go back to the chat room days.
Yeah, it's almost like a full circle right here.
No, the smallest rooms in IUPUI.
Zach's closet in the basement.
My basement.
Two
closet.
mics. We're sharing two mics between 4 or 5 people.
That's where I am right now, the basement closet.
Love to see it.
Soundproof, baby. It's soundproof.
Quality.
But guys, we gather here today because F9 is coming in May. And I thought, what better way to celebrate than to go through every installment of the franchise, minus Hobbs and Shaw, with 3 of the biggest fans I know. JD Hall is not here today, but will be here a lot in the future. I thought, what better way to do it than with the 3 biggest Fast fans I know? You guys are here. We're here. We're all here. Now, guys, some news. We have news. I'm sure you've all seen it. You're big MCU fans, as I know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Spider-Man No Way Home is the title. Guys.
Are we sure? It's the title?
I'm convinced. I'm convinced this time.
It's actually not Spider-Man Home Slice. It's actually not that.
Hey, give me Phone Home, though. Phone Home was great. I like that one. That was my favorite.
That one was good. So, we finally get a title. I still don't know what the fuck the plot of this movie is, but I don't care. All I know is I'm going to be there. You guys are going to be there.
Yep.
Yes.
OG Doc Ock is back.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
What a time.
And then Loki. The Loki show.
Yep.
Premieres June 11th. Finally gets a release date. I feel like Devin is excited for this. I know Devin's a Loki guy.
Yeah, I'm a Loki guy, but it's going to be interesting to see Loki before he turned good again. So really going to show Hiddleston's dynamic range here.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce, I know you love Loki.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I mean, the character development that we've seen just in the movies alone, and obviously we've seen him plenty of times in the MCU already, but to have his own show, pretty excited about this, man. And I like what we've seen more of Marvel's plans with their TV shows. And, what I like, it's not these big, long, drawn out shows, right? We're still talking about villains from like 5 years back, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did with Hydra.
Right.
Hydra. I don't want to hear about Hydra anymore. They're dead.
Are they, Bryce?
Who knows at this point? Probably not.
WandaVision doesn't say so.
Have you guys been keeping up with that, right?
Oh, yeah.
But that's a mind-boggling show. I do those episodes with Alex.
Yeah, good.
And he thinks Hayward is Hydra.
Interesting.
What do you make of that theory?
That's interesting.
I really don't want to hear about Hydra anymore.
I know you don't.
Can we get past it? Please.
Look, I'm of the school of thought that Hayward just sucks at his job.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
He messed up somewhere, and we don't know where. He's being controlled by somebody.
He's totally incompetent. I don't know either. All these Mephisto theories make my brain hurt, but I actually do think it is Mephisto. I just think it's getting so overplayed. It's kind of annoying, but we shall see. We shall see. And the last bit of news, I don't know if you guys are interested in this, but I am. The Bad Batch animated series from Star Wars, spit off of the Clone Wars. I'm excited.
So I didn't get back on the train for Clone Wars, Zach, but the Bad Batch actually excites me. Like, I know about them. Okay. Right? My brother watched the Clone Wars. He was very big into that, and we talked about the Bad Batch pretty often. So I actually probably will watch this one, Zach. I'll be honest with you.
Devin?
Yeah, that's a no comment for me. I'm still trying to catch up, guys. I'm still trying to watch all these movies. I have a I have like a whole like what do you call it?
A list.
Marathon. Yeah, I got a whole marathon to watch. So
Tough catching up, Voss.
It happens. It happens. But guys, we're marathoning the Fast Saga.
Here we are.
And I can't wait. I can't wait. F9 comes out on May 28th. I don't know how many times this movie's been delayed, but who cares? It seems like it's here to stay now. May 28th, 2021. Hopefully that will coincide with our last pod, but we shall see. And a coincidence, Fast and the Furious 20th anniversary this year.
Oh, wow. That is very convenient for you, Zach. That's very convenient for this podcast.
I love it. So guys, I wanna give you guys the floor here. I'll start with Devin, just because it's been a while since I've done a pod with Devin. I know you're a pretty big fan of Fast and Furious, Devin. I've known that about you since I met you. So just kind of discuss what the franchise means to you and your first exposure to it.
Yeah, so I was a kid, really. I was a little youngling, probably like 4 or 5, maybe 6, around that age when I first got introduced to it. Interestingly enough, my parents were kind of into the whole street scene for a little while as far as racing and stuff like that.
Oh.
And so there used to be this meetup spot up in where I grew up. And like there would be literally like how in the movie there's like rows of cars literally to line up the track. Yeah. Well, It wasn't a track, but it was basically just a giant car meet spot. Huh. And apparently like as a kid, I apparently knew everybody somehow. I don't know. I guess I just talked to a lot of people there and I wasn't shy at all, but yeah, it was pretty lit, but yeah, I got into the movie shortly after, obviously, and I've watched it probably about 80 times since. So that's pretty much been my life.
What is this? Well, we'll get into it later, but this was the first movie you saw in the franchise? Yeah,
probably. I mean, obviously it was a few years after it originally came out, but still relatively fresh.
Beautiful. Bryce?
Interesting. I mean, for me as a fan, and this is the thing that I have to keep in mind. Like Zach, I try to watch movies for their depth and think the way that you think about movies, but sometimes it's just impossible.
Well, I have a comment on that coming up, but yes.
But this is a franchise where I need to throw all that out the window and just enjoy it for what it is. No matter how ridiculous it gets as each movie goes on, like I just have to just sit back and just enjoy it. Right? We know this is not going to be the Academy Award winning movies. Right? This is just fun. All right. It's a time to just relax, enjoy it. It's your classic action movie, and there just happens to be some pretty sweet cars in it. I'll be honest, Zach, I don't know when I first watched it. I don't even remember which movie I started with. I don't even remember. I don't. But I fell in love with the franchise. I love it. I own all of them on 4K. And I do not own Hobbs and Shaw, and for very good reason. I just have a feeling this is going to be a running thing throughout the entire countdown.
It totally is. It totally is.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't think I'm as big a fan as you guys and JD, but I still love it. I totally agree with what Bryce said, and I'll get into that in a sec. But the first one I actually saw was Too Fast, Too Furious. That was actually the first one I saw when I was a kid.
Love it.
When I was a kid during the summers, my mom would take me and my brother to the library to get books and movies. And I thought, oh, what's this? I saw cars on the front, and I was like, yeah, I'll get this. And I loved it. I watched it like 3 times in the week I had it. But
wow. Degenerate.
Yeah, the degeneracy started at a young age. But now I want to get into rankings of the movies based on your guys' preferences. Bryce, kick us off. Start us off with number 8.
Number 8. Oh, this is I think
it's gonna be a common.
Yeah,
thing.
this is gonna be unanimous. Okay, it's gonna be. Let me make sure I say the title correctly. Fast and Furious. By far the worst installment of the franchise. Not even close. Not even close. I might even watch Hobbs and Shaw over that. That's how bad it is.
Devin, number 8.
Number 8, I got Fast and Furious as well. It's just god awful. The only thing I remember from that movie is the dang scene going through the tunnels. That's it.
Shit. That was outrageous. The thing about that movie, it can't decide what it wants to do. It's like the one in between Tokyo and Fast 5, and it doesn't know if it wants to be a heist movie or a racing movie. It just has no idea. So it said, fuck it, we'll do both. It just didn't work.
So bad.
I'm not calling it that lazy ass name. I'm calling it Fast 4. I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I will not be calling it by its actual name because it's just lazy. I'm calling it Fast 4. That is also number 8. Bryce, number 7.
Give me Fate of the Furious.
That's fair.
Again, I talked about earlier, right? It kind of gets ridiculous the more we go on in the franchise, and I felt like this one was just a little outside the realm for me. A little bit like, okay, we're just making movies to make movies now, which is fine. It's fine. Whatever. Submarines now, cool.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Fate of the Furious is also at my 7. It's not a great movie in my opinion. I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the fact that you got Mr. Family Man turning on all of his family.
That got me, dude. I didn't get that.
I didn't get it either.
So confusing.
I feel like it was just kind of like what Bryce said, just making movies to make movies.
Well, guess what, guys? We didn't need to get it because they made $1.2 billion. So
oh my goodness. Oh my, they have us. They have us.
They have us. They know they have us. And Fate of the Furious was just proof of that. That's also my number 7. We're step for step so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I think it's going to get shaky after this.
I think so. Bryce, number 6.
I'm going, this may be unpopular, but Fast and Furious 6.
JD Hall will not be happy with you.
Yeah, he will not be. That's his favorite. Yeah. But yeah, give me Fast 6.
Yeah. Devin?
Yep, that's exactly what I had as well.
Oh yeah, boss. Yeah.
I mean, hey, it was a good connecting movie. It wasn't terrible at all. Had some cool scenes, and it was just kind of like that post Fast 5 high. So it's like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. Yeah.
It just doesn't compare to the rest.
Well, guys, my number 6 is also Fast and Furious.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
It actually is really important because Letty comes back with The Rock. It turns out to be a mainstay in the franchise now. So
I hope we get to talk more about that later on.
Yeah, we definitely will. Especially once we get
needs
to
to be addressed.
Yeah. Number 5, Bryce.
Rip Paul Walker, but Fast 7.
Yeah. Why?
Again, it was they kind of revisited the Fast 6 continuation, and I get it. But again, I'm also to the point where, okay, now we're getting into people's getting deeper into family trees. We're not getting new villains, right? We're staying within the same storyline, in my opinion. Nothing's new about it. The tribute to Paul Walker in the film, obviously that ending scene is enough to make any person cry regardless. And don't get me started. The soundtrack was phenomenal on it too, but as an overall plot and movie, it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah. Devin?
Man, Bryce, we are just killing it, man.
Yeah, baby.
Look.
Unbelievable.
There's absolutely no movie in the franchise that'll probably pull my heartstrings more than Furious 7.
Totally agree.
Everything about it. Obviously, just watching the full thing with Paul and stuff like that. I agree. I mean, they did bring back some of the classic cars. I did love seeing the Skyline again, stuff like that. But overall, the plot was just kind of okay. The ending, obviously makes you cry, but yeah.
Well, guys, Furious 7, my number 5.
Yeah.
Can't believe this. I watched this past weekend, and the ending scene I totally forgot. It was just like,
You're like, dang, bro.
beautiful. Dude.
Like
it's legit. I think it's the most. I think it's the best scene in the whole franchise.
what was that? Was that Justin Lin? Was that
James Wan?
James Wan. Yeah, I mean, couldn't have done it any better.
I thought it was the best scene in the whole franchise. Some of the best action in the whole franchise, honestly.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Statham, but he was a pretty good villain. And moving on, number 4, Bryce.
4. Give me Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh,
yeah.
You killed me.
Look, my 3 are my guilty pleasures. Number 1, I think we're going to agree on. I think all of us are going to agree on when we get there. But look,
okay.
The other, my top 3 are my guilty pleasures.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. Devin?
Yeah. I don't agree on this one. Now this is a close 4. Don't get me wrong. This is a very close 4.
All right.
It's Tokyo Drift.
Oh,
Listen. It's because the first 3 are by far my favorite. And Tokyo Drift just barely misses the cut because I love the movie. Literally,
it is close.
It gets so much. Well, at the time, it got so much. I think it's way more appreciated now than what it did back then. But it really is a great movie. It's kind of obviously it's a spinoff. Just everything about it. I mean, even whatever his name is, Lucas
Black.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Just everything about it's good. It's just
his accent was dope, man.
Yeah.
This Southern guy in Tokyo. Yeah, he couldn't have played any better.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, I agree with Devin here. My number 4 is Tokyo Drift.
Oh, come on.
Look, I also love Tokyo Drift. I still don't totally get the plot. Why the fuck does he have to go to Tokyo? I don't know. I still don't know.
He was a bad boy. That's his detention.
Why does his dad live in Tokyo?
Yeah, no one explains that.
He goes.
Why does he keep picking up hookers?
Exactly. It's like, hey, Dad, I'm here. Hang on, son. Let me kick this hooker out real quick. She's in your room.
Oh.
I actually think this one might have been the riskiest movie of all of them because no Vin Diesel, no Paul Walker, and new director.
Yeah, that's true. Well, at least till the very end where you get that little scene of Diesel at the end.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And
bad
introduces us to
cameo.
Han.
Bad cameo.
Han intro.
Yeah, that's an important intro.
Bad cameo, Bryce.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, I get to give my monologue on Tokyo Drift here in a minute.
Okay, all right. Number 3, Bryce.
It's Tokyo for me.
Okay.
So I'll keep talking about it. Look, yes, it was risk. It was a risky installment, right? But I think it was so early on where it still doesn't belong, but I think there might have been a different vision and direction for it at the time, right? And it may have just got abandoned. But like me and my dad, he's like, Tokyo Drift is stupid. It has no placement in the franchise whatsoever. It's stupid. I'm like, I love it. I love the concept. I love the drifting part of it. I think that's always cool. Like you always like want to go drift, but we know that we don't know how, and we'd probably flip our car if we even tried. And it's so cool. And I love Han's character. Yeah, Devin might. Han is one of the coolest characters in the franchise, period. I love Han's character.
Back from the dead, baby.
Oh, yeah. I eating a bag of chips, just like we left him.
Yep.
They need to explain that one.
Certainly didn't burst into flames in Tokyo. That didn't happen.
Yeah, right. What the heck, man? And honestly, that was super sad because then they just move on because he's got to go. You know, he sees Han dies and he's like, oh, yeah, there's still people chasing after me. You got to go. You just leave him in the middle of Tokyo burning in an eternal flame.
I will say for Tokyo, they've done a good job at making it more relevant as the series has gone on.
I think they have to. I think they have to if they want to be like a legitimate film series. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they had that slight connection there at the end of number 6 where they're like, oh, okay, now we're on the right timeline. Like pretending now we got cars that are like 10 years in advance from Tokyo Drift. But hey, this is the same timeline, I swear.
It worked, baby. It worked. Devin, you're number 3.
Yeah, my number 3. And this, I'm telling you, these 3 honestly are pretty much interchangeable. This is just out of respect to the others. I got Fast 5 here. Fast 5 was by far one of the most fun movies of the franchise. One of my favorite things about it is just bringing everybody besides for Tokyo Drift people into this plot to do all of this. I think it was I loved all of the scenes. Like, it's just a great overall movie.
Yeah, Fast 5, legit in my eyes, probably the most important movie in the franchise. I thought it legitimized it as a box office franchise, and
they needed a rebound bad.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they needed a fucking rebound after Fast 4. That was horrible. My number 3 is Too Fast, Too Furious. As I talked about, I'm kind of in the same boat as Devin. These 3, you can change them up. It really doesn't matter, but. I talked about it at the top. The first one I ever saw. If you put a gun to my head and it said pick one, I might pick that one. Just because it's the one I've seen the most. But Bryce, you're number 2.
Give me the original. Number 1, The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Look, how many times, Zach, do we say, or how many times do we hear, okay, nothing's ever going to beat the first one? And honestly, it was super close, but it's almost true, right? The first one is always a classic because that was the Fast and the Furious at its core, right? And now they've kind of deviated from it, the more you go on the franchise, but this was it at its core. It wasn't somehow Vin Diesel now has super strength and is able to defeat literally anyone. Right? And we're just, in planes and submarines and whatnot. It was, we're going to go race cars. Something's going to happen and it's still going to be about the cars.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about it. I think the first one will always be a classic. We get classic Paul Walker, California Kid, Brian Spillner in all his glory.
We'll get into that name later.
Yeah, we will. But yeah, I love the original one. I'll watch that 20 times over.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing that is unmatched with the first 3 is, there's a bunch of drama, but for the most part, it's mainly balanced between cars and drama. But anyways, I agree. I got the original here at number 2. Like I said, these are all interchangeable for me, but overall, I just think that, this one is the one I'll know by heart. I could tell you any scene, any minute, but at the end of the day, I still got one more that I like just a little bit more.
Well, my number 2 is Fast 5, and I just talked about it. I think it's the most important one because it went away from the racing a little bit. Obviously, the cars still played a huge part. I mean, Dom drives a fucking car off a building in Abu Dhabi, wherever the hell they were. So obviously, cars still play a big part. But it changed it, made it more of a heist series, but still kept some of the elements that from the original. So Fast 5, my number 2. And Bryce, your number 1.
Number 1 is Fast 5 for me. And for me, like,
it's fair.
It was solidified in my mind as number 1. I really didn't struggle with it. I knew Fast 5 was going to be my favorite. It kind of gave me like the Oceans vibe, Oceans 11, 12, 13, like an intricate heist.
I like it.
Where when we look at the franchise as a whole, we don't really expect them to pull off a heist like that. Let's just be honest. Okay, it's just kind of guns a-blazing, let's drive fast, and we'll see what happens.
Steal some DVD players.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
and now we're coming up with let's transport a massive safe through Rio de Janeiro. And by the way, we're gonna switch out that safe as well, or this vault. I mean, it's just a brilliant plan, and everyone knew their role, right? It's like I said, it's like an Ocean's movie. Everybody had a role, everybody performed their role, and they got away with the money, and they were set for life. I love it, man. I love it. And not to mention it was in Rio. So that's a really cool setting. I love everything about this. So good. I love the music they play at the end too. When they open the vault. Oh, you just get down to that, man. I'm telling you.
The one problem I have with the ending is The Rock laughs after he finds out he's been fucked. He's been fucked over. He's like,
yeah, he knows. He knows.
It's like,
he traveled to Rio for nothing.
It's like, dude, you know where they are. Go get them. Go get the money back.
He didn't want the smoke.
Devin, you're number one.
Well, the reason why I love Fast Five so much is because of my number one, Too Fast, Too Furious, Tyrese Gibson.
Wow.
One of my favorite actors in the entire movies.
He's a diva.
Hey, I love it. He's funny.
Where would the franchise be without Roman Pierce? Come
exactly.
Well, he's a diva in real life. Tyrese Gibson, the diva. He almost ruined the franchise.
I don't care.
He always hit me like I don't know. I just always liked him. I always liked his role in the movies. And I think what I liked most about going to Too Fast, Too Furious is that it obviously had all the cool cars, but also it had like a completely more comedic strip than what anything was in the first one.
Come on, cuz.
Yeah, just like everything about it. I don't know. Like even Brian. Even Brian got to be a lot more funny than what he was in the first one. So, I really enjoyed Too Fast, Too Furious. It was always my favorite. I always loved the green and the two Mitsubishis. Yes. I always love those. So,
yes.
I have a side question for you guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
If you took the last bag of chips, like the little snack size bag, and Han and Roman were staring at you, wanting that last bag, who would you be more afraid of?
Oh, I'd be more afraid of Roman. Totally.
That's a tough question, though.
Totally. Just think back to Roman's intro in Too Fast, Too Furious.
I mean, he beats
That's true. That's true. I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like Han, like, even though he's like a drifter, I feel like he like knows some like martial arts and would totally like
probably
paralyze my body with like pressure points or something, you know?
But here's the thing. I think Han would have some snacks stored away somewhere. I don't think Roman thought ahead.
They're in the glove box. They're definitely in the glove box.
Roman definitely didn't bring any snacks. So
No. He had to break the vending machine just to get them. Didn't have any money either.
Hey, back to Too Fast, Too Furious. Rest in peace to Tej's afro. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was so good. That was such a good afro.
It was. You should have kept it. Oh, man.
He's more mature now. If you haven't noticed, more mature.
Yeah, he is. And my number one is the one we're talking about tonight, The Fast and the Furious. It's the one that started it all. I think it's purely from a... How do I put this? I think it's the best film out of all of them. I think it's the best film out of all of them. I think
it's fair. I'm not going to fight you on it.
It's not the most entertaining, but it sets up the whole world pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Fast universe. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my riff here. And I talked about it a little bit when Bryce said he watches these for fun, and I think Bryce is gonna like this. So
okay, all right,
there you go. It's my firm belief that some movies should not be looked at primarily through a critical lens. Face it, guys. Come on, face it. It's more fun to talk about the MCU, Star Wars, Harry Potter, John Wick, Lord of the Rings, whatever, from a fan perspective, rather than from the Ebert chair. Yeah. Although, if they're critically acclaimed, it is a bonus. It is.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it makes more sense that way. Otherwise, later on in the series, I would be doing nothing but shitting on the Furious Saga.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all.
In my opinion, looking at something like the Fast and Furious franchise, especially as it goes on, as a critic, takes all the fun out of it. Because that's what these movies are. Fun. These movies are made to entertain, just like Bryce said.
Yeah.
They aren't interested in the subtle art of camera movement or whether or not the plot makes sense or why Dom lives his life a quarter mile at a time while simultaneously driving through a fucking building.
It's a good point. He's right.
Did you guys notice at the end of this movie, the railroad track, of course, is a quarter mile away?
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Imagery, baby.
Oh, totally. They present us with high levels of entertainment, and they know exactly what they are. We should have a good time talking about these movies because they're having a good time too.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at we're gonna have so much fun during this series. I am stoked. I am beyond excited for this.
Yeah, I just bottom line, I think if you're looking at these from the first one, okay, fine. Look at it from a critical perspective, just because
Sure,
it's the
if
first
you want
one.
to. Yeah.
Kind of serious, yeah.
But if you're looking at Fate of the Furious from your big wig film critic chair,
no.
what the hell are you doing?
I wonder what it got on IMDb. Probably got destroyed.
It might be sub 6, honestly. It might.
It's very possible. It's very, very possible.
Well, guys, we talked about it before the show, but some 2001 movies, for context, I didn't realize pretty damn good year for movies in 2001.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at this list. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here they are, guys. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, highest grossing movie of that year, and at the time, the second highest grossing ever. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, fifth highest ever at the time, and an impact that you can't even discuss. It's so big. Monsters, Inc. Shrek,
always a good classic. Oh, wow.
Back-to-back animated classics right there.
Yeah.
No joke.
Bryce, you talked about it. Ocean's 11.
Oh, I love Ocean's 11. I love the Ocean series. It's a good series.
It is. Donnie Darko, a great indie film. Great early Jake Gyllenhaal movie. Really great.
Yeah, sorry. You lost me on that one, Zach. I know of it. I haven't seen it, though.
It's good. It's good. Spirited Away, anime classic. A Beautiful Mind, which won Best Picture. Now, let me talk about this.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I've heard it's very good.
Let me riff here. Looking back now, Fellowship of the Ring definitely, totally should have won Best Picture. Totally should have, in my opinion. But there are some people who say A Beautiful Mind is one of the worst Best Picture winners ever.
Oh,
I don't
Shakespeare
agree.
in Love?
I don't agree. Yeah, Shakespeare in Love. Holy God. A Beautiful Mind is like a B- movie. Like, obviously, looking back at it now, Fellowship definitely should have won, but...
Well, who says, dude, you really need to watch Shakespeare in Love? Nobody says that.
Nobody.
I've heard people say you need to watch A Beautiful Mind.
Right. But, like, all due respect, there's no Beautiful Mind fan pages out there.
That's a good point.
Like, but I'm just saying there have been a lot worse movies to win Best Picture than A Beautiful Mind, so that's all I'm going to say. Obviously, and it's kind of a tragedy, Fellowship didn't win. It didn't win because the Academy didn't have the balls to give it to a fantasy movie. They did 2 years later, but next movie, Spy Kids.
Hey, that's a good one, man.
Best Picture winner right there.
That
should have been the Best Picture winner.
Totally snubbed. Laura Croft, Tomb Raider.
No thanks. Angelina Jolie is still hot though.
Yeah.
So,
A Knight's Tale. Interesting movie.
Oh, so good. That's a great movie. That is great Heath Ledger.
Yes, it's great. Hannibal. I'm not a huge fan of Hannibal. It was okay.
I liked it.
It was okay.
I liked it.
Yeah. I thought Hopkins was good.
Hopkins is always good.
Here's one. Osmosis Jones.
Wow.
I Am Sam, Sean Penn movie. I saw it once and I'll never watch it again. Mulholland Drive, one of my favorites. Black Hawk Down.
Good.
Classic war movie. Shallow Hal, weird movie.
No, thank you.
Weird Jack Black movie. Pearl Harbor sucks.
Oh, well, yeah, way too long. Wait. Ugh.
Joe
Disgusting.
Dirt.
Now here's a movie.
Joe Dirt. Yeah, put on your Collinsworth, Devin. Now here's a movie.
Here's a movie.
Jurassic Park 3, which I think is,
Miss me. Miss me.
Oh, Bryce.
Miss me. Come on, man. Look, the first one was the only good one.
That's totally fair take. I thought the second one sucked. Jurassic Park 3, I thought it was okay. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
Jimmy's mom.
Animated classic, Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Love that movie.
I never saw it.
It's
I
good.
didn't see it.
Michael J. Fox voices the main guy.
Oh,
What was his
interesting.
name, Devin? I forget his name.
I forget too.
It was a good movie. It was a really good movie. Jason 10.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, God. They probably should stop at Jason 5, but oh well. Planet of the Apes. So we talked about before the show. Mark Wahlberg, Planet of the Apes. Zoolander. Great movie. And then rounding it out, Legally Blonde. Max Keeble's Big Move.
Hey, I like that movie. I like that one.
The Mummy Returns. And of course, the best movie of the year, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Hey, that was a good Scooby-Doo flick, man.
It is good.
You remember the toys at Wendy's for the promo for that? They were awesome. They were awesome.
It's one of the great Scooby-Doo movies. It really is. Now here's my take. All right. I've kind of hinted at the take. And I don't even think it's a take. I think it's a fact. I think it's a cold, hard fact.
Okay.
I think Fast and the Furious is the third most important movie of this year, behind only Sorcerer's Stone and Fellowship.
Yeah. I'm not going to fight you on it.
In terms of legacy, in terms of its place today, like Fast and Furious
Yeah, how
is
it's
still going on.
rewatched too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it's still relevant, right?
Oh, it's totally relevant. I mean, we're talking about it now, and there's going to be a ninth one soon.
Yeah.
Totally relevant. I think Fellowship is the most important movie of the year. Sorcerer's Stone right behind it, but yeah, I just think that's a fact. Fast and the Furious, third most important movie of the year. But now, guys, moving into the plot, the coveted plot of this.
We're getting into it, baby.
Here we go.
Plot synopsis. Los Angeles police officer Brian O'Connor, aka Brian Spillner, must decide where his loyalty really lies when he becomes enamored with the street racing world he has been sent undercover to destroy. As we learn, that's not the only thing he's enamored with. He's quite enamored with Mia's ass, but it is what it is.
Hey, you meet some people along the way.
Yeah.
Never know. You never know.
Fortunately for Brian, he met a lot of people along the way.
Yeah. So, directed by Rob Cohen, who's kind of a scumbag. Look him up if you're interested in that. Only one he directed. It's the only one he directed. Produced by Neil H. Moritz, who, as far as I know, has produced all of them. Written by Gary Scott Thompson, David Ayer. Interesting. Eric Bergquist. Story by Gary Scott Thompson. Based on an article called Racer X by Ken
A whole
Lee.
movie from an article?
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Whole franchise.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to know, is Ken Lee, the author of the article, getting any royalties nowadays?
Dude, that would suck if you didn't.
Yeah. Damn.
It's his article, dude. Come on. Music by BT. I don't know who the hell BT is, but I thought the music was pretty good.
Yeah, I like the music.
Oh yeah, it was catchy, man. It had you going. You're like, yeah, all right, we gotta go racing, baby.
Ja Rule.
Oh, we'll get into Ja in a second.
Oh yeah.
Ja will take a beating this episode, I feel like.
Yeah, take a beating like he did in the Fire Festival. Yeah.
And then cinematography by Erickson Core, edited by Peter Honus, starring, of course, Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster. An abominable IMDb rating, 6.8 out of 10. To wait.
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care.
It's way too low. It's way too low. I think this is 7.5 at least. Roger Ebert, though, 3 out of 4 stars. He loved it.
Oh, Raj loved it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's saying something.
He loved it.
Raj loved it.
He loved it. And this one, guys, 38 million budget, 207 million box office, destroyed.
yes.
Destroyed the box office.
Wait, so how much of that 38 million was spent on cars?
Oh, when we get to the fun facts, I think you'll find out.
Oh.
It is.
Oh, okay.
I found a stat regarding the cars that was just
I'm excited.
mind-boggling.
Oh, I'm excited now. You got me roped in here, Zach.
So the plot, the opening heist, guys, just reels you in right away. I mean,
Yeah, like what's happening?
Yeah.
what are you guys' thoughts on the opening heist here?
Well, I think we need to talk about why the driver just willingly like kept driving while they shoot through his window and
rolled over.
attaches. Like, you might as well just pulled over. Like, hey man, can you not tear up my truck anymore? I'll let you have what you want. What's happening? Like, he just sits there. Like,
Totally ill prepared for a heist.
I mean, he's not even swerving. He's just sitting there. Why?
Drove through a cone zone too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drove right through a cone zone.
Oh man. I mean, it set the tone. You're like, okay, what's going on? And then they just move away from it. You're like, okay, whatever, I guess.
Yeah. Was there another heist until the end, or am I missing one in the middle somewhere?
I mean, they mentioned like, oh, they got hit. Truck driver got hit again.
Yeah, no, there was one. There was one when Brian was out with Mia.
I
believe.
Yep. Of course. Brian and Vince, another guy, is going to take some L's this episode.
Yeah.
Massive L's.
absolutely.
Massive L's.
Brian and Vince have a run-in at Toretto's. And we get the iconic fake name of Brian Spilner.
Hey, give the middle name. Give the middle name.
What was it? I don't remember.
Earl.
Earl, yeah.
Brian Earl Spilner.
Oh, come on. And Vince was right. He made a comment. He's like, man, that sounds like a serial killer's name. Like, he is absolutely right.
Oh, he's totally right. And Devin, what are your thoughts on Vince's strategy? He was really just body slamming Brian the whole time.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was a strategy. It was just the cloud strategy, just use your absolute clouds of muscle to just absolutely destroy someone.
But then, guys, Dom fires Brian for a fight he didn't even start. What the hell? What the hell? Vince started the fight. Brian just wanted some tuna. That's all he wanted.
Yeah, tuna, no crust.
Little something else.
No
He wanted
crust.
something else too. First street race. Visually great. Really visually great. And I think it's time. To talk about Ja.
Yes.
Ja Rule. You guys described it well last night over text, so I'll just give it to you guys. Devin and Bryce, come on. What did?
I mean, I'll start it off.
Yeah,
I'll just tell you. I'll just say what I said last night. I mean, Dom's living a quarter mile at a time, but Ja in this movie, man, he was living a titty by the time, man. I think we kind of all agreed that
Literally was.
If this man had never seen this chick, he might have performed much better in this race.
Oh, I totally agree.
All the pressure is on.
Yeah, I mean, Ja might have taken the biggest L in the movie, and people died. People died in this movie, and Ja still might have taken the biggest L. The man was offered two beautiful women, if he won the race. All you had to do is win.
Or lost.
But, yeah, right, well, she said he would at least get Nicole. Right, he would at least get Nicole. Right. So best case scenario, you get 2 women. Worst case scenario, you get 1, and you're out $200K or $2K. This man left with nothing. He got nothing. He lost miserably, and he lost $2,000, and he lost 2 beautiful women. Just what do you do after that?
And his car's fucked.
Yeah. Tough night for Ja. Hey, what was more successful? Ja's character in Fast and the Furious or Ja Rule in real life concerning the Fire Festival?
You had to do it to him, Bryce. You had to do it to him.
I'll throw in an extra. I'll throw in a bonus. How about his Bucks halftime show?
Oh.
Forgot about that. Totally forgot about that.
Awkward.
It was a horrible showing from Ja in this race, who is laughably credited as Edwin in this movie.
And who is the freaking Asian guy? He never showed up again. He was just kind of thrown in there.
He's ashamed to his family.
He just took his L and never showed up again.
Yeah, like at least give us Hector or something. Who the hell is this guy?
Hey, Hector was cool, man.
I loved Hector.
He did show up again, didn't he? Hector later?
Yeah, he bought parts. They thought
didn't he show up in like F7 too?
Oh, did he?
I feel like he showed up at like a Race Wars.
They went back to LA. I don't know. They went back to Race Wars one time.
I think he was there. I think he was hanging out.
Yeah.
Running it.
Let's see, I'm curious.
Ja Rule, you said it best, Devin. He thought he had it. He was winning the race. He was literally winning the race. Money and other things on his mind. And he totally choked.
He hit his first stage in nitrous way too soon.
Oh, God.
Way
what
too
are you
soon.
doing, dude?
Rookie.
Way too soon.
But he's not the only one that choked in this race. Brian also had a choke job. Hit the NOS too soon. Hit it too soon. And brings us into the famous, you almost had me? From
You never had me, baby. You never had your car.
If you can't hear Vin Diesel's voice in your head right now, you're not a Fast and Furious fan.
Me? You never had me. What did he say? Like something like 10 grand under the hood or something like that.
Yeah, he had a whole schmeal.
Poor Brian just wanted the respect. He didn't even care about the money.
Yeah, Brent Spillner. Some
Brian,
people, it's just more important.
At that point, the first time I saw the movie and he said that, I was like, what? Well, what are you talking about? Take the money, dude.
It was. I think it was trying too hard to be like, you talking to me? Like, you almost had me?
Yo, yeah. Vin trying to act in it. It just didn't work.
We know better. Come on, we know what you are.
Yeah.
Brian, though, then turns around and saves Dom from the cops. And I thought it was a nice little sky shot of the chase. It was brief, but I liked it. This is actually a really important scene because it sets up the trust between these guys.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, though, because Brian just straight up blew off his freaking intake, and they just completely disregard that. They disregard that. His car's fine.
Hey, where did Dom put his feet? Because that plate underneath was gone.
Yeah.
That was gone, and he's just chilling in there. Like, wait a minute.
Also, Dom's car, they ever go back for it?
Yeah, right? They never came back for the RX-7, man.
Yeah, that's literally at least $75K, maybe $100K, just sitting in a parking garage.
For real.
Downtown LA.
I would kill for an RX-7 these days, man. What the hell is he doing?
Probably had a couple DVD players in the trunk or two, you know? Yeah, you can't leave that laying around. Come on. Also, the cop who turns around, he knows Dom's name.
Dominic Toretto.
You knew him by the back of his head.
Toretto, stop right there. He just breaks into a run right away. And then they end up with Johnny Tran's little hangout. And
Hold on. How did Johnny Tran know Brian at all, or know that Vin was even in the car? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Didn't even pick up on that.
That is a great question. That is a great question. I don't know.
Oh no.
Maybe Dom has a green car too, and he just assumed it was Dom. I don't know.
I don't either. But
Also, guys, first impressions of Johnny Tran here. What do you think of him as a villain?
well, I think his little buddy was more of a villain. I really did not like him at all at any point. Yeah, Lance.
Snakeskin pants.
Oh yeah.
Snakeskin pants, Lance. Yeah, no. What do you think of Johnny Tran?
Tran is. You're kind of like, okay, man, where'd you get your money? First off,
Yeah.
Okay, who gave you your money? Did your dad give you your money? Is that what this is?
I'm assuming. It looked like it from the SWAT ring.
I'll be honest. Like, what is his purpose in life? Like, I really didn't understand him. Like, there was no character depth. It was, I like to build fast cars. I like to mess with other people's stuff. This is my territory. Wait, why? Why is this your territory?
Yeah.
Why do you want to win race wars so bad? Who are you?
I don't know. I mean, we know it didn't turn out too well for Johnny Tran. His career path it ended abruptly under a bridge. So
Yeah. His career path.
and ironically, he didn't even die on a car. He died on a bike.
Yeah. Right.
Never had his bike.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how comes we never got to see Johnny Tran's sister though?
Right. I made the mistake of sleeping with his sister.
Wait, and that's the only. So you shoot up a guy's car, you threaten to kill him because he slept with his sister. That seems really harsh.
Hey, I guess they were
Just
pretty
saying.
close. So I don't get it. This could have been in comedy, but I put it here anyway. Dom's yell right before the car explodes.
Nos!
Also, I don't think they were far enough away. I think one of them's biting the dust.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, dude. There was
Going
they
deaf
said
at
it-
least.
Yeah, they said it at the beginning of the movie, dude. There's enough nos in there to blow yourself up. Literally said it.
Do it anyway. Give me 2.
I don't get. He had 2 stages, so he had 2 kits, 2 giant bottles. I'm assuming he used both of them. So again,
Totally.
how did it explode? It makes sense, like the whole nos exploding, but you got to set it up beforehand.
Enjoy the ride, Devin.
Yeah, Devin, come on.
No, I love it. No, obviously, I just pretend it's not there. I just
Yeah.
pretend everything that happened didn't
Crazy.
exist.
They're at least deaf after the explosion. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's tough to walk away from, but they did. The house party back at Dom's. I think one of you guys texted something last night about this. So I think it was Bryce.
Yeah. Like what the heck? Like you are at Dominic Toretto's house, and guess who's not there? Dominic Toretto. And it's probably been hours at this point.
Yep.
So they're all just sitting there sipping their Coronas. You know, you got women making out. You got guys and women making out. You know, they go upstairs having a good old time. And guess who walks in? The owner of the freaking house. What did you expect was going to happen? Especially Vince and Leon.
Oh, did you remember Leon's half-ass attempt? He was like, "We were just about to come look for it."
Yeah, don't.
Just don't.
Really? This chick's on your lap? Do you have a Corona? You're about to come look for me? I don't think so.
Oh man.
And then Vince at the house party. Vince finds the nerve to get mad at Dom for bringing
Yeah.
Brian to the house. What?
Yeah. Vince has some issues, man. Dude straight up has some
He's
major
got some
issues.
security issues. He's got some insecurities as a man.
Vince, like we said, he's gonna take some else. There's no doubt about it.
He drinks his beer. Brian drinks his beer.
Took his beer.
Yeah.
Just wiped it off. Took his beer. Took his
Stared
girl
him in the
upstairs.
eyes.
Vince, just unbelievable. Ills all over.
Tough break for Vince. Tough break.
Brian then quote unquote arrested. And this was our first confirmation Brian's a cop. I didn't realize this until
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah, well done. Well written. You know, they
Yeah.
kind of hide it.
Yeah. If you've never
Yeah.
seen this, you don't know Brian's a cop until this scene.
No. And watching it, for like the 80th time, I just wanted to point out, like, just look at everything about it. And like, after watching it, you get to see like, okay, they've been totally foreshadowing this for a long time now.
Oh,
but obviously somebody watching the first time is going to know that. But when you give it a couple of rewatches, you're like, okay, now it all makes sense.
yeah. And have you guys seen Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
Did you notice who Brian's boss is with the police?
Oh, now that you're going to tell me, it's going to make sense. But no, I didn't even notice that.
Buffalo Bill.
That makes so much
Buffalo
sense.
Bill.
That makes so much. Hey, did you know you can Airbnb Buffalo Bill's house now?
Yeah, that's fucked. I'm not gonna.
No, thank you.
No. No.
No, thank you.
Nope.
I did see that though, and I will not be taking them up on that. No. And then we get the first patented Toretto family cookout. Guys,
Yes.
how many of these have we had in the franchise? Feels like
A lot.
And I'll be honest, I'm not tired of it.
Nope.
No.
I'm not.
And based
I'll
on the
watch them
trailer
all
for
day.
F9, we're getting another one.
Yeah,
Love
baby.
it.
It's gonna be in the space shuttle.
It might be.
Can't barbecue up there, can ya?
Air fryers.
hey, real talk, dude. That food that they cook looks so fire.
Dude,
Seriously.
Mia on the grill. Damn.
Yeah.
She was, yeah. I mean,
Dude, that's a keeper. If you find a girl that can grill,
oh, yeah. Totally.
wife that.
And Vince, another L for Vince. He leaves the cookout, but then comes
Yeah.
back. Then comes right back.
Yeah. Had a nice pouty period,
It didn't take him very long.
Oh,
either.
this
I
guy's
gotta
here.
eat. I gotta eat.
Get out of here, dude. And then later on in the night, Brian nabs a date with Mia in front of Vince. Tough.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Back to back
would this-
L's.
hey, would this end up on Dudes Down Bad?
Totally.
Like she went to him and asked him what the name of the restaurant was. He's like, "Yeah, take me there."
Ice cold, dude. Ice cold.
The OG Dudes Down Bad. Vince.
It's horrible showing. for
Wait,
Vince.
did you guys in that scene, did you hear like, when Vince is talking about he's talking to Brian, obviously talking shit, talking about how he's gonna wash his car, and then after that you can go onto the streets. And I was like, wait a minute, was this the first he belongs to the streets joke? On a mail?
Dude,
Oh yeah, I
it's
remember that.
incredible. It's incredible. This movie is so relevant to today.
Belongs on the corners. Like what? What are you talking about, Vince? Come on.
Wow.
It is back-to-back L's for Vince in that scene. Really, he should have not come back to the cookout. He would have been.
Make your own dang popcorn as you're trying to make pop. I don't get it.
I got some comedy about that later. That's tough look. Brian then, and this is in the running for the award we're going to talk about later. Brian caught sneaking into the garage by Dom and Vince kind of redeems himself, calls it, says Brian's a cop.
Yeah.
Is this the breaking point for Vince here? Of just the character in general, right? He knows he's
probably.
right.
Yeah, and Dom won't even listen to him.
Yeah.
Like, put yourself in Vince's shoes for a sec. You've been friends with this guy since what? They said like the
Fourth grade. Fourth grade. Yeah, they're boys.
And I'm telling you, I think this dude's a cop, and you're just disregarding me.
Yeah, so like I was thinking about this last night when I was watching it again. Yeah, exactly. One of the most brainless moves. You're going to these shops with your company vehicle and a Ford Lightning at that. And I just want to remind you guys, a Ford Lightning is not a very common vehicle.
Hey, it looks cool, dude.
Into a red Ford Lightning with Harry's shit on the side. And you're going to pretend like And it's red too. It's not like it's not going to catch your attention. So I was just like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, like I said, it's going to be in the running for the new award I'm ready to unveil later.
Oh, I can't wait.
Johnny Tran, our first scene, our second scene really, of him being a bastard, and the famous Bryce, the famous kiss my shoes.
Ted, kiss my shoes.
Ted,
Come on, man.
I feel bad for
oil.
Ted. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to watch. I'll be honest.
It honestly was. Like, this dude can't, he's like spitting out the oil. Like, couldn't that kill him if he swallows any? Like, what?
Yeah.
Johnny, come on.
Yeah.
All for engines.
Yeah, come on, Johnny. Come on. Just ask your dad for some engines. I'm sure he would do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Then we got Brian being hassled by Buffalo Bill back at the station. The reformed Buffalo Bill. And then did you catch this quote from one of the other cops? He says he accuses Brian of like being distracted by Mia, and he says, "Well, I'd get off on her surveillance photos too, buddy."
Yeah.
And then immediately gets decked by Brian.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I mean,
Like, what are you thinking, dude? What are you thinking saying that?
Hey, isn't me or Jordana Brewster aged really nicely throughout this franchise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I don't think we talk about her enough. Like, in terms of like, yeah, maybe she's just not that good of an actress. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a whole lot of stuff.
No, that's
But,
it.
like,
That's definitely it.
oh, that's fair.
She's not a good actress. Yeah.
No, that's fair, and that's why she had limited parts of the movie. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, that's fine. But man, dude, she's beautiful.
I will say she is, and her acting I think gets better. Because I don't know how old she looked pretty young in this movie.
She did look young.
Like she looked like. I wouldn't be shocked if she was under 25 for this movie. Like she looked pretty young, and I will say her acting got better as the series went on. I thought, like in Furious 7, I thought she was legitimately good. Let's see here, Dom's car. I thought this is in the running for best non-racing scene in the movie. I think
Absolutely.
one of the few like emotionally heavy scenes. I live my life a quarter mile at a time, and talking about his dad. I just thought this was great. I thought it might have been the best acting in the whole movie, honestly.
Yeah, we got to see Dom's character or Vin Diesel's character be vulnerable, for the first time. We got the rough, tough guy, right? The hero, if you will. And I mean, it was kind of nice to break down for a second and for the flow of the movie, just to kind of slow it down. I thought it was well done.
Yeah, speaking on the vulnerable part, I mean, you even got like a more like lighter pitched voice. I know that's something minor, but like you did a good job. Voice. Yeah, like you did a good job at portraying like sadness or grief for the moment.
And I thought Paul did a good job too. He didn't do anything; he just listened. But I thought his facials were good. I just thought it was the best acting in the whole movie. Honestly, I thought it was great. And then the car. I mean, the car of the whole franchise.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Dude, that thing is beautiful.
The car.
And it performed exactly how I thought it would too.
Yep.
Like, oh my good, the sound of it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Then we get Mia and Brian's date. Turns out Mia can drive, guys.
Love it.
Mia, pretty good driver herself.
I love it, dude. Dude, if in an alternate reality, if I went on a date with some girl, right, and she's driving
careful, Devin, careful.
No, if she's driving like that, I would be like, "Are you serious right now?" Like,
and she can grill. Drive to Vegas right now. Vegas, go.
Little Whitechapel in Vegas. Let's go. Come on. Come on, it's over. Cops then ambush Johnny Tran. I thought this was an awesome scene. It's kind of like a montage because we get the real crew, Vin. What the hell? Dom's crew, like getting ready to go into action. I think this was the heist you were talking about, Devin.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. They ambushed Johnny Tran, and speaking of Johnny Tran's dad,
Disgrace.
Slaps him.
bitch slaps his son on his way to jail. And then snakeskin pants Lance body slammed in the
dude
body.
Choke slammed.
He looked like a rag doll. And nothing made me happier because Lance, he just waves around this like Uzi, you know, yeah. Like, all right, bro, bet, you know. That was the most like one of the most pleasurable parts of the film. You're just yeah, baby.
Yeah, we can't forget about, you know, the Dom and Letty sex scene. Come on now.
Oh,
we can't forget about it.
Yeah, it got real hot and heavy. Dude, was it me or did it look hot in that garage?
Oh my God!
It's Los Angeles.
LA dead of summer.
Yeah.
All the doors were closed in there. Oh my goodness!
You know they don't have any fans in there.
And no skanks around there.
Oh no.
Letty wasn't smelling any skanks.
One thing more on the choke slam. I'm glad you clarified that, Devin. It was a choke slam.
It was absolutely, yeah.
If he was one of the guys that came back and killed Jesse at the end, it's total bullshit because he's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Lance is paralyzed. He's in a hospital bed. He's never walking again. That choke slam onto a concrete floor, dude. You're done. You're done.
Brutal. It was brutal.
Oh man.
And then Brian and Dom go on a ride. Brian smokes the schmuck at the red light in the race.
We know what was happening.
Yeah, this was like my favorite scene in the film because I don't know. First of all, Toyota Supras, that's the car I'd take over any other car in the damn world. And I think it's probably because of Fast and Furious. I would take that orange Supra. I would buy it. If I had the money, I would buy it for
it's an awesome car.
Whatever price it was. But anyways, yeah, I just like it. It's like it's kind of like how Bryce said the Dom scene was, where it's like relax. And it's just a random cruise onto the highway. I mean, I know it's building suspense, but you just get to see the car that they had built this entire time finally come to fruition and use it. And you're just like, dude, this is just fucking badass. This car is fucking badass. Just the whole thing's badass. Like
the sunglasses are a nice touch.
Yeah, the iconic head turn at the light. Yes.
Yeah, it's just
like when I think of Fast and Furious, I think of that. Those two in the car turning their heads to look at the guy.
Yeah.
But that's exactly right. It's just two dudes hanging out, getting to know each other. And I thought that's interesting. Your favorite scene. I like.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, if you not a whole lot of people, like not a whole lot of car people would know it, but like if you see a Super pull up on you, and even if you're a Ferrari, and that was just like a lower scale Ferrari, dude, it's gonna whoop your ass. Like just stop, just don't even try. It shows.
Especially if Brian Spillner's behind the wheel.
Yeah, like 2JZ.
Spillner.
That's awesome.
It was another scene where Brian kind of gets to impress Dom again. Obviously, you know, like from the start, his driving wasn't the best, and throughout the movie, it just got better and better until this point where I feel like it was his peak driving.
Yeah, that's totally a great point. I didn't even think about this scene that way until you mentioned it. That's a great point by both you guys. That I see why it's your favorite scene now. That's a great scene. Let's see. What do we have next here? Race Wars. Oh, no. Sorry. Brian confronts Dom about the heist operation. Just kind of lays it out there. Knows what's going on. I like it. Up front with him.
Well, he's under the gun. Yeah. He's under the gun, though. He had to find out. He knew.
36 hours.
He had to get in there. Yeah, he had to lay it down, like he said. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
There's a lot of acting within acting in this movie, and they do a great job at it.
They did a hell of a job in that scene in particular. And then the famous Race Wars. famous.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Jesse versus Johnny Tran.
What were you thinking, dude?
Also, Letty versus the dreadlock guy.
Yeah.
Schmuck, aka Schmuck number 2.
Swindles
Come on, we
him.
knew what was gonna happen.
Swindles.
See ya.
Yeah.
This dude thought he was getting some cash. He's just like Ja Rule. Thought he was getting some cash, cash and ass, and it. No,
He got nothing.
Nothing.
Lost 2 racks.
It's a tough look at race wars. And then Jesse, I'll let you guys riff on Jesse here in this scene. Just an abominable showing from Jesse.
If you're part of Dom's crew, shouldn't you know Johnny Tran's car? And why would you?
No, I think he knew and said, "I'm gonna beat him." That's what made it bad for me. He knew it was Johnny Tran.
I couldn't tell though, because like when he comes up, he's just like, "Oh, it's just an S2000. Yeah, it's nothing. It's just nothing." And I'm just sitting here like, I mean, it's your dad's car, but dude, this is a Jetta. It's limited. It's not gonna whoop. So, God, I don't know. Just, anyways, yeah, it was just not a good decision on his part. He should have stuck to the computer.
Bryce, your thoughts on Jesse's performance here?
I appreciate the confident walk he took to his car.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like,
Admirable.
yeah, I'm going to win this. I'm going to win. We all knew. And Jesse even knew. And he's like, no, and then just drives off. Gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dips. Where's Jesse going? He's leaving, Dom. He's gone.
Hey, but Dom decks Johnny Tran again.
Oh, yeah.
Very satisfying. Very satisfying.
Yeah.
Great.
Just absolutely destroys him. Just destroys him, and nobody can pull him off.
No, like every security guard at Race Wars is trying to get Dom off Johnny. They
Just
can't do it.
destroyed him.
I know, it's just based on just straight muscle mass. You would think that Johnny Tran would win that, but he just sucks. He sucks.
I never knocked on nobody.
Hey, that was pretty good, Zach. I'll give you that one. That was good.
That was a good one.
Also, Brian, thanks. I've been working on it. Brian does nothing during that confrontation. Just stands there.
He's just like waving
Yeah, he's
back
trying
and
to
forth.
fight through. Yeah, he's trying to wave through, but like kind of not. Like, yeah.
I think
Maybe
Brian
they'll
wanted to
destroy
see.
each other.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to see Johnny get his ass kicked. I don't know.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm all about it, baby.
The guards will take care of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they will. Tough scene here. Brian tells Mia he's a cop. Well, tough for Mia.
I think that was the best acting by her in the movie.
I agree. Yeah.
She did a great job with that scene. Even in the car when like she's crying and you could tell she's crying. Like just overall, great acting on that part.
Totally agree. We'll get into that part of their relationship later, but it's just a tough scene because she didn't even believe him at first. You could tell.
Yeah.
By the facial expressions, she didn't even believe him, and then tough, really tough. And then the last heist on the highway, probably the most action-packed scene. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The driver this time, tense. Oh yeah, driver this time he's packing.
Double barrel, baby.
Yeah.
He's packing heat, dude. He's not messing around. Let's talk about Vince in this scene. Vince, maybe his biggest L of the film.
Oh, it's just, and I felt so bad because this one I don't even think was really his fault.
It wasn't. They haven't run into a guy with a shotgun before.
Hey, real talk. How did you convince this guy? I don't remember the guy's name that plays him, but just reading the script, you'd be like, "Yep, tell him we'll do it. Tell him we'll do it. Absolutely, we'll do it." Like what? What? Oh, seriously.
And then he
You
didn't
play
come
a
back
schmuckle.
So his agent comes to him. So here's the deal. You play a schmuck. You get the girl taken away from you. Your best friend doesn't believe you when you try and confide in him, and you hang on a semi truck for 10 miles.
And then you go off screen at the end of the movie. Your ambulance is called for you, or helicopter
carried to the hospital. What do you say? I'm in.
We don't hear you till Fast 5.
And he gets shot and killed.
Yeah, after he had a family.
Oh man, he was living his life. Everything was good, and then somehow they find him in Rio.
He fixed his life, and then the Toretto crew shows up, and he might as well kill him there.
Oh, these guys! It's the Grand Theft Auto meme. Here we go again.
Vince,
he signed back on just to get killed back on.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Dude, legit 10 miles. He's hanging on for his life.
Yeah, that cord is cutting through his arm more than it did. Come on.
Dude, he's losing his arm.
Yeah, thinking about the semi going 60 miles an hour with that cord around his arm, like,
and dodging pellet shots.
Oh God!
You gotta admit though, like, out of all of the things, that's kind of creative. I gotta give that to him. The one thing, like getting your arm wrapped around, like, okay, like that's something definitely different and unique.
Interesting.
The whole crew kind of took an L in that scene.
Oh yeah,
they didn't even get anything.
Yeah, how many cars? They lost just about all the cars.
I think they only had the one left.
Yeah, they did.
Really, really horrible. But I think we can all agree that was the best. That was the most action-packed scene.
Yeah,
and I don't think it was close. Really, I thought it was great. And then Brian. I think this is some more great acting from Vin Diesel. Brian calls in the ambulance to literally save Vince's life, and Dom's reaction, like you can tell, he's pissed, he's sad, he's betrayed all at the same time. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just the facial expressions, and then they remember Vince is dying in the middle of a desert and kind of snaps back to reality. It was like, oh, well, I guess you're going to save my friend. So.
I think if Vince had Dom had a wrench anywhere nearby, Brian would have been dead. Had beaten, he would have been a janitor.
You had to do it to him. You had to do it to him. Oh man, another janitor.
Oh no.
But like Dom is literally like trembling with anger.
Yeah.
He's like ready to beat some ass. But Bryce, you hit it. I mean, Dom knew he had to let this go. And then Jesse, rest in peace. Jesse gets gunned down in front of the Toretto house.
Yeah.
Really, is this the only death that we cared about in the movie? I mean, Johnny Tran died, but nobody cared. Like,
I think it was weird because, like, Jesse didn't have a big role in the movie, but he was like that dude that like everybody cared about. I don't know if it was just because he was like that kid, or something like that. Like, he just kind of hit a soft spot with people. And, watching him get gunned down really hurt.
Well, we learned about him too in that one scene where him and Brian have the one-on-one in the garage.
Yeah.
Dropped out of school, ADD, like kind of a tough life until he met Dom. So, made us sympathize with him a little bit. It was tough to see him go. He could have been useful in the future.
Oh yeah, it could have been useful, and the character development I think would have been awesome because I mean you could have added another character, right? Once Jesse's dad is out of prison, you could have brought in a big time actor and played that. I think it could have been cool, but I think for the depth of the movie, I'm not mad about it. I mean, yeah, it's sad he died, but it's like, okay, you're gonna add a little something to the movie. It's just not everything's fine, no, like there's some like legitimate things going on here. So no, I'm fine with it though. I'm fine with it.
It kind of had to happen. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. definitely. I mean, it was the turning point for Brian O'Connor.
Yeah.
I think that was the split-second decision that he's choosing family over police.
I think it might have been there when he chose his side. Yeah, that's a good point. I think it was there. He picked. And then Dom and Brian chase down Tran, which ends in Johnny's death. What a shot from Brian!
Yeah.
What a fucking shot!
Yeah, big time shot. Hey, let's back up for a second though. Let's talk about Dom catching up to Lance and just absolutely just knocking him with the car down the hill, just knocking him out of nowhere.
Sent him rolling.
He had the drop on Brian. He was about to obliterate him with like a 50-round mag. Just boop, down the hill.
Lance hits the floor yet.
Ended up being all right too. He was still moving. Never seen it again. Never seen it again.
Not so much for his buddy Johnny.
No. Johnny shot and would look like the shoulder went down hard, and I don't know, bled out or something. I don't know.
It was a ballsy move by Mr. Bryan.
I know.
You gotta be confident in that shot.
Drifted right into the shot. It was awesome.
Tough.
And then what many might think is the best scene, I think definitely the most iconic scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Dom and Brian, the final race. The railroad we mentioned, which is coincidentally a quarter mile away from where they are.
Yep.
See those tracks? Quarter mile, exactly.
Hello, Coach O in there.
Yeah, that wasn't as good. And then Brian lets Dom go. Lets him go.
Yeah.
Just, I had this later. Let's just talk about it now. A lot of people at the time were not fans of the ending. Brian letting Dom get away. What do you guys think?
I don't think we have the franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we do, but it would be a totally different trajectory. I'm cool with it. I think it's interesting. You kind of like why, but you kind of when you think about it more, it's like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, Devin.
Yeah, it definitely set it up for further to come. I know we didn't get another one with them until what is it, number 4? But yeah, I mean, I like it personally. I don't have any quarrels with it. I think that it was just kind of like, you know what, I've just been through so much with you in a matter of like, I don't even know how long this was, a month or something. I mean, he just got an insight to all these people, and they're obviously not bad people. They just kind of do some bad things. And I think he liked the life. I think he liked the joy of it. And he knew that at heart, Dom was actually just a really good guy.
Yeah.
And he lets him walk. No quarrels from me.
No quarrels for me either, and here's why. I totally see why he did it. Like you said, they went through so much in the month they were together. He found the love of his life during this time. I think he always had this bad boy guy inside him. And let's be honest, who treated him better, the police or these guys?
Yeah, you got a point.
He got treated like shit at work.
Got a Corona and a barbecue.
Yeah.
Bar.
Yeah, I mean, he goes to work. He's getting threatened his entire career. He wants to advance into, whatever he wants to do at the FBI or whatever it is. And, he's like, you don't get about 36 hours. You might as well just resign because you're not getting a better job. But yeah.
Wait a minute. You put me here.
You're going to be on traffic duty.
Yeah. Like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not doing shit for you.
It's, do you guys agree? Most iconic scene in this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I owe you a 10-second car. I mean, it's awesome.
The best end line.
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the best ending
I
ones.
agree.
So.
I agree. One of the best, totally. Moving into the later part of the show, Vin Diesel's career before this, guys, actually not bad. He wasn't a totally unknown actor. Saving Private Ryan and The Iron Giant before this.
So
I cannot remember his role in Saving Private Ryan for whatever
I don't either.
reason.
He died pretty early. From what I remember.
That makes sense.
I think he got domed.
Oh.
If I remember correct.
Oh,
yeah.
tough. That's tough.
But
So
he was in it, yeah.
Was Triple X made around the same time?
Yeah, it was made
2002.
right. Yeah, it was made a year after, with same director also.
Wow,
Rob
That
Cohen.
makes so much sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes so much sense.
And then of course the Iron Giant, just the animated classic. Voiced the Iron Giant, perfect casting, perfect.
Yep.
Paul Walker was probably the best known actor before this. He was in
Yes.
Varsity Blues, which is a pretty
Love
big
that
movie.
Love
Yeah.
that movie.
I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
What?
Great.
Never seen it.
Great.
Oh, you
sports
gotta
film.
watch that, Bryce.
All right.
You're a football head. You love that movie.
Great sports
Gotcha.
movie. Great. Who else? There's some pretty big people in there, right?
Yeah.
I only
Gosh,
saw
I
it the
can't-
one time.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's no, I can't remember all the actors.
But no, it was a really good movie. And then 7 episodes of The Young and the Restless for our boy Paul Walker.
It's
Let's be
my
honest.
favorite.
Bryce watches it on his days off. Young and the Restless.
Here and there. It's guilty pleasure.
My mom used to watch it. I don't think she still does, but my dad even dabbled.
Oh, interesting,
There you
Mr.
Yeah,
Griffith.
Yeah.
Very incriminating for Mr. Griffith there.
But let's be honest, Paul Walker, a pretty face. So, of course, put him on a soap
Literally
opera.
the living embodiment of California Golden Boy.
Oh, 100%. He's like Sunshine.
Dude, yeah, he could have played Sunshine. If he was like 5 years younger, he could have played Sunshine. Totally. And then Michelle Rodriguez before this, she was in a boxing movie called Girl Fight.
Never heard of it.
Oh,
Me neither. I looked it up and she got like nominated for a bunch of like minor film awards. It was like she did a great
Really?
job, yeah. She did, but that was literally her only movie before this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they took a chance.
yeah.
Took a big chance. I didn't put Jordana Brewster down here, but same thing with her. She was mostly a model before this.
That makes sense.
Yeah, not a ton of acting, but I just think it can't be overstated what this did for their careers, especially Vin and Paul. I mean, that's basically what they did for the rest of their careers. Was
Well,
this
yeah.
franchise.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Vin Diesel, I mean, I still don't think of him as Groot, you know?
No,
I don't really think of him as Riddick.
no,
think of him
hell no.
Dominic Toretto, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't think of him as the pacifier, Bryce?
Hey, that was a good film. Get off of it. Get off of it. It was good. Gary the Duck.
But Paul Walker more so. I mean, it's pretty much all he did for the rest of his career was this, and he didn't have to do much else, to be honest.
Yeah, he was in some B movies, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
I think Running Scared was like his next best.
Yeah.
I never saw it though.
And I mean, Too Fast, Too Furious kind of played him up as the main character of the series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely asserted it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think Johnny's rank among the Fast villains is? I think it's pretty low. In my
It's pretty low.
Yeah,
He's not
it's-
even really a villain. He's just like
He's-
one of
he's
those
not.
guys.
He's there. Yeah, he's just kind of there for fun. Yeah, I mean, when you look at all the other villains and what their plans are, you're like, oh man.
Yeah, like destroying the world to stealing some TVs.
Yeah. Miss me with Johnny Tran as a villain.
Yeah, I agree. But who do you think the best one is? Is it Deckard Shaw?
I think it just has to be the Shaw brothers in general.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the most dangerous, right? Because they're smart. They're strong.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're just overall
Lethal.
just- yeah. I mean, now they didn't have like an army, you know, like the chick did in Fate of the Furious, but
Cypher.
that was just nuts.
Or a human cyborg, Idris Elba.
Come on.
We're not talking about it.
Come on.
I am Black Superman.
Oh, come on.
He's got some vibranium running through his veins.
That's basically what they were saying just about. I mean, you almost got the gist of it, Devin. I know you haven't watched it, but I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Vibranium, adamantium, whatever you want. And
You want both? We got both.
That you got both. And he's trying to release a virus into the world.
Like, what?
That didn't age well. That part of it didn't.
Could you imagine the meetings? All right, guys. We got to come up with a better villain than last time. All right. Let's put some super serum in it. Let's put Captain America serum in it. And you know what? He needs to release a virus, kill everybody. That makes so much sense.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Johnny might be bottom now that I think about it. I don't even know who the villain was in the fourth one. I don't even remember.
Dude, couldn't even. I don't remember a single thing. I just remember the car flipping. That's it. That's all I remember.
The bus scene. That's the second thing I remember.
Am I on that one? Am I on that one? Did you put me on that schedule?
Let me see.
Please no.
Souls I put on F4.
Please no.
Let me see here real quick.
Doesn't matter. We're all ripping it to shreds.
I'm phoning it in on that one if I'm on it.
Well, we're gonna have fun doing it. I mean, that's. I honestly thought about skipping it. I hate that movie so much.
Oh.
It's the same three we have here.
No. Oh, yes.
Of course you did.
Full circle, baby.
Love it.
Getting my agent involved.
Trying to negotiate a buyout.
I have to watch it. I have to watch it and prepare for this.
You get to see the tunnel scene.
So I have to waste an entire evening and watch this. Come on.
Just go to the tunnel scene and then go to
that's about all you need.
And the PS scene where Letty comes back, and that's it. That's all you need.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Gee.
Oh, no, it wasn't that one. It was Fast 5. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot was in there. Yeah, I remember that.
Not a totally worthless film.
Yeah, you know what? I've recently done this. I call myself out, but I need to call everybody else. Stop saying Gal Gadot. Okay?
Yeah, come on.
If you know anything about film, it's not Gal Gadot.
Come on.
And I used to be one of those people, but it's Gal Gadot.
I think we all used to be one of those people.
Yeah, come on.
And this is it could be an interesting discussion. More impactful character for this particular movie, just this movie, Dom or Brian? Devin, who do you think it is?
This one was definitely a shared lead role. I think most impactful character probably was. It's Brian's the main character, but it's probably got to be Dom for this one. I think he holds this one just because of the sway he has. As Mia said it in the movie, he's just like a magnet.
That was a good line. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, pretty much everything in this movie actually revolved around him rather than Brian, who is trying to do his job.
Bryce, who do you think?
I'm actually going to go with Brian on this one. Because again, I like all the decisions that Brian made throughout the movie had an impact on everything. I mean, think about it. Brian let Dom go. I mean, obviously it's the most obvious one, right?
Yeah.
But he let him go. Without that, where are we going with it? If they want to do a franchise, where are we going with that? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say Brian too. I really think it's neck and neck until the very end when Brian lets him go. Because, Bryce, you said it. Brian doesn't let him go. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. No arguments here. It's a duel. I guess it's like a 1A, 1B type thing where
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys said it perfectly as well. So
yeah, I mean, say Dom does go to jail, we probably still get the second movie because Dom's not in it.
Yeah,
but after that, I'm not sure. I don't know because he even shows up at the end of Tokyo, so I don't know. that might be it after the second one if he doesn't do that. So, and then some more of the fun segments here.
Oh no.
A patented Circle City Cinema segment here. Who got it the worst? It can be either a death, an injury, or just fucked over in general. It doesn't matter. So here are our candidates, guys. Ja Rule.
Edwin.
Johnny Tran. Jesse, Vince, or Leon. And Leon is simply in here because he never showed up again.
On it, Dom.
Stay with the semi. Stay with Vince. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, he had my favorite colored car. I'll give it that.
We didn't talk enough about Leon.
Yeah,
Literally, we never hear from Leon again.
Oh man, I figured that was on the schedule. I figured we had this all blocked out about how Leon is just never shows up, man.
Never again. I mean, Bryce, start with you. Who took the biggest L of the movie?
Give me Ja Rule.
Really
give
tough.
me Edwin. Nah. Give me Edwin easily. Yeah, dude, you lost the women. You lost the cash. You lost the respect, and we never hear from you again.
Wow,
You're forgotten.
but Bryce gets the paycheck in real life. Gets the song at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do we really know? Do we know the Fast and the Furious by the Ja Rule song?
No, we don't. That's fair.
No,
we know.
if I played you the Ja Rule song, would you immediately be able to recognize it as the Fast and Furious song? Probably not.
Well, it depends on how many times you watched it. You know?
That's true.
Devin might be able to.
Yeah, you're right. I disrespected Devin. He might. But anybody else that even calls themselves a Ja Rule fan, which I'm sure there's probably not any of those.
Yeah, you good songs.
Nicole's definitely not a Ja Rule fan. Nicole from
No.
the race.
Nicole!
That was hilarious, yeah. So Bryce says Ja Rule takes the biggest L. Devin, who are you giving your L to?
Clear cut Vince, man, for every single reason we mentioned
I needed to be
earlier.
different.
I don't even gotta go into it. We already hit it. It's Vince. He's just a pure schmuck in this entire film.
No, I mean, we outlined all the L's he took. It got his girl taken away. We don't need to go through it again. I'm going to go with Jesse, simply because he died.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Bet his father's car, which leads me into the next segment, our inaugural Block in the Back award for most brainless decision in the movie.
Zach, we know you love the block in the back penalties. You love mindless penalties.
Oh yeah.
Well, I love mindless penalties. I can't get enough of them. It doesn't really matter what sport. Just give me a mindless penalty to make me laugh. I don't care. Here's some candidates that I had. Now, feel free to mention any that you had. I might have missed one. Brian bets his own car at the first race. His work car.
Yeah.
Brian sneaks into the garage by himself. We kind of hit on that earlier. Jesse bets his father's car against Johnny Tran and then bails. And then Jesse comes back to Dom's house with Johnny Tran on his ass and later dies. Devin, what are you going with here? Who gets the Block in the Back award?
Block in the Back award for me goes to Jesse betting his dad's car and then driving off after he loses. Reportedly going to go get a car wash. It was a bad move.
Brainless. Totally brainless.
Yeah, this is going to be a unanimous decision. I agree with Devin. I mean, Jesse had good intentions, right? He just wanted to get a car. Him and his dad can ride around LA, have a good time, have some father-son time.
Sure.
But that got derailed very quickly. So, yeah, Jesse betting his dad's car. against Johnny Tran than bailing. That's my block in the backboard.
Yeah, it's a unanimous block in the backboard.
Yeah, baby.
Jesse, I think the clear brainless decision, just betting your father's car, which is brainless in itself. Kind of two brainless moves in one here. You get a 2-for-1. Bets his dad's car and then loses the race and leaves. So I think a pretty clear winner here. You get a 2-for-1. Last couple segments here. Best racing scene. I had the first street race, the Letty versus the Dreadlock Schmuck at Race Wars, Jesse versus Johnny, and then Dom versus Brian in the final scene. I want to go Dom versus Brian.
Again, I think this is going to be unanimous. I'm going Dom versus Brian as well.
Yeah, most tense scene, really.
And you get a great shot of the front of the cars. Like, oh man,
it's awesome.
Yeah, what they do? They I was talking about this last night. They went away with the whole when something's moving in the car and they go through the entire system and then end with nitrous coming out the exhaust or something like that. I don't know. It's something cool that I always like, but.
Doesn't matter, Devin.
It doesn't matter, but anyways, yeah, no. The train, blah blah blah. Yeah, it was yeah.
Yeah. And then the best non-racing scene. I had a few more for this. Dom tells Brian about his dad. The opening heist. Brian confronts Dom about the heist at the dinner they had. Brian tells Mia he's undercover. Brian calls the ambulance in front of Dom, which I think is a sleeper candidate. Jesse's death, and then Brian lets Dom go. I think we might have another unanimous here. Brian lets Dom go. That's what I'm going with.
I'm going to disagree.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Jesse's death.
Oh, wow.
For a couple reasons. Well, I mean, the main one. Did you see the way that Vin Diesel was able to move across the lawn? He half bear crawled, half ran. Very it was kind of incredible to see a big guy like that move,
It's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to point that out. I don't think we talk about that.
I mean, Devin,
Vin Diesel's got a little athletic movement.
Devin, that's like some tight end stuff from Vin Diesel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. I like the pick, Bryce. I like the pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would go with the final scene. That's obviously just golden. So I'll just leave that as, that one's just kind of untouchable. So I'll just say a different one just for the sake of it. I personally liked the scene of Brian telling Mia that he's a cop, because that just kind of that's the first outing, I guess you could say. And, like I said earlier, just a lot of emotion in that scene and a lot of good acting just from the part of Mia and Brian, especially when they're riding in the car and stuff. So I just appreciate that scene.
Yeah. Yep. And then the comedy. I've been looking forward to this.
This is going to be good. I'm trying to hold back laughter while you guys were talking because I was just reading through it.
Well, Bryce, why don't you take it? Take this one. Take the comedy. Read us off the comedy.
Well, we got point number 1. Money spent on hydraulics for no reason.
I can still hear the noise of those hydraulics in my head.
Dude, you're about to race. What the fuck are you doing?
Playing PS2.
That's money that could have I should have put that in here. I forgot about that.
I've never gotten hydro. I even see it on the roads today. I'm like, why? Can you just deposit that money in my bank account instead? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, next we got Johnny leaves the car, Brian's car, then comes back to blow it up.
Interesting decision by Johnny.
And I really didn't see the necessity for this in the movie. If you want to blow up the car, that's fine. But I didn't see the necessity of leaving, then coming back and just lighting it up. Absolutely just emptying clips into this car.
Waste of gas, in my opinion, by Johnny Tran.
Yeah.
Done it all in one trip.
Yeah, I just... And then come to find out, it's all because Dom made the mistake of sleeping with his sister. So I'm gonna blow up your car because you did my sister. I'm sure she's a grown woman. She can make her choices.
Yeah, come on, Johnny.
Come on, respect the decision.
Yeah.
So much for Letty.
Oh, she didn't smell any skanks around. That's why. All right, go back to the house party, gentlemen. Vince is sitting there playing guitar while his best friend since 4th grade is out on the streets being chased by cops.
This takes it from me, dude.
And then has the audacity to get mad when Brian shows up with him.
I thought it was coming from like a speaker, and no, Vince was the one playing the guitar.
Wait, what did he call? Oh, he called him a buster. Hey, what's that buster doing here? That buster saved me from the cops.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We're coming back to Leon here, guys.
Yeah, see what you guys think of this.
Leon clearly coked out on the whole movie. Okay, I haven't really thought about it this perspective. I guess that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Him being so intense during the heist. I'm on it, Dom. He's so intense.
Oh God, Leon never came back. Never saw him again.
Got him on drug charges.
Actually, Bryce, this next one takes it for me. Go ahead and read that.
We go back to doing dishes. Vince comes in to make some popcorn. Can't operate a microwave.
Can't. Totally outsmarted by
Dude, I can't stop laughing, man.
Dude, he like smacks the side of it. He can't figure it out.
You hit the popcorn button, Vince. That's all you do.
Come on.
All right, we've talked about it. The name, Brian Spillner. Brian Earl Spillner from Arizona.
The white boy, Brian Earl
The whitest
Spillner.
name I've ever heard. It seems like something, Netflix would do a documentary on. Not good. Wait, can I draw your attention to something here for a second?
Of course.
Okay, when he looked at the ID, did you see how bad of a fake ID that was?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
It looked like I made that on.
bar.
Yeah, it looked like I made it on Microsoft Word. I printed out and laminated it.
Text box.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure McLovin had a better fake ID than this guy. Come on.
Hey, LAPD, tight budget.
I guess. All right. Brian's boss. Clearly the best actor in the movie. Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill.
I thought so. I thought he was.
He wasn't too bad. He didn't get Brian a cigarette though.
No, Brian's
he tried.
clean.
He tried. Okay. Why is this comedy? Zach, you're on to explain this one too. I'll say it, but Brian has sexual intercourse with Mia in Dom's store.
Here's why it's comedy, Bryce. It's Dom's store. Brian banging Dom's sister in his own store.
Is that like, going to your girlfriend's house while she lives with her parents?
Basically.
I don't know. I mean,
basically.
I don't know.
I thought it was. And then this last one, Bryce.
Now that I see this kind of makes sense. Brian sucks as a cop. He's getting pleasure off a criminal. He's fully immersed. He's working in their garages for on government dollars. Yeah, not great. He just reveals his identity when he's undercover.
Got the crew wrong. Got the heist crew wrong.
Yeah, big time.
Is a bad breaking and entering guy.
Yeah.
Clearly isn't special ops.
Dude, if Vince can blow your cover, you suck. You suck, dude.
Yeah, I got another one to add.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, I'm good for bonus round.
Yeah, a jaw roll screaming, "Oh no, Menage!" Like, what was that?
It was very exaggerated.
He had to go hard. He knew it was all he had in the movie.
He sold it. Sold
it hard, and I loved it. Devin, do you want to take the questions segment?
Yeah, sure. Some of the biggest questions in the movie, such as Brian can't seem to change up his shitty tuna sandwich no crust order.
Tuna uncrustable.
I mean, this is a legitimate question. Everyone literally says the tuna sucks.
Does this tie into him being a bad cop? Because, like, getting the same thing every day.
Also,
There's no taste in food.
A total waste of money, too. Total.
Yeah.
It is. Every time I watch that, I can't get off of that. I'm like,
I know.
And it already looks like a shady store that I wouldn't order food from anyways. But to go there and order tuna, okay. Look. Subway doesn't even have real tuna. You really think this corner market that nobody really goes to order food is gonna have real good tuna?
Nobody goes there, dude.
Come on.
Just cracks open the Walmart can.
The Starkist tuna.
Okay, so the next one is what the hell happened to Leon? I think that's a pretty big question.
I mean, seriously. Nobody talks about it, right? Was it just in real life? Was it just like an actor thing? Like he just didn't want to do it anymore?
I don't know. I tried to look it up, but
there's nothing on the internet for it?
I don't know.
You know what? This is why we're going to have Fast 10. Leon is back, baby. Leon is back.
Leon and Ja Rule come back.
He colonized Mars. Didn't tell anybody. He builds rovers for a living.
Got anything on Leon, Devin?
I'm looking.
MIA for 20 years. Missing in action for literally 20 years.
Yeah. He was part of the family, man. Like, what happened?
It was at the backyard barbecue.
Family, Dom.
I don't know. I'm getting...
Do you remember from Fast Five, Vince was like, we're a family, Dom? Toby, where's Lenny? And Dom's like, you better shut up or I'm going to kill you myself.
Yeah, this time I'm going to let you die.
Yeah.
Lucky he left his kid some money.
Over the years, Strong has focused on his music career and being more involved in the behind-the-scenes filmmaking process.
Come on, a music career.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. He just wasn't included, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to go more in depth than that. But anyways, next question is, what is Mia studying?
Yeah, do you remember that? What she did when Dom and Brian get back to the house? Yeah.
Is she underage?
No.
Are we sure?
I think we're led to believe she's in college or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Because they could have some real problems on their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could if that was the case. Yeah.
I did the math. She was 21 on the film.
Okay.
Well, at least at its release. Probably younger than that during filming.
Real quick. Did they ever mention their mom?
I don't think so.
No.
Where's the mom at?
I don't know.
That's
a good question.
That's another great question.
Never. Mrs. Toretto.
I never thought about that until like right now.
Mrs. Toretto never referred.
MIA. Her and Leon ran off together.
Always had a thing.
Leon knew.
Obviously, Mia's studies didn't lead anywhere because I don't know. Yeah,
they didn't need to. Fast Five, baby.
Yeah, baby, wrapped up in crime.
Come on.
Yeah,
we're back, baby. We're back.
So was it shitty of Brian to come on to Mia while he was being an undercover cop trying to crack down on all of these
100%.
people?
You can't be doing that, bro.
Absolutely.
You can't be.
100%.
You know what? Yeah, look, Devin, I respect your opinion of after Jesse dying. That's when Brian decided. I feel like he decided a lot earlier on. It was as soon as he started going to Toretto's and ordering tuna Uncrustables, that might have been it, right there.
Well, I mean, the police kind of keep reeling him back in, you know.
All you want to do is rail.
He hates his job. Hated his job. If you think about it, he literally got paid to bang Mia.
That is true.
Tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen.
That is true.
Anyway,
And
next one.
Yeah, well, the one random guy, the guy that said that about Mia, his coworker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he got paid just to say the line, so. Okay. All right. So yeah, one undercover cop to take down an entire heist crew.
A lot of pressure, if you ask me.
That is a lot of pressure, and especially in this time crunch, this supposed time crunch that his boss has here.
Yeah.
Hey, just because your superiors are coming in town means we got to have the case closed. They can come back. They don't care. It's not their money.
A lot of pressure on Brian. A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's undue. Hey, I see why it went on to Mia, though. I got to relieve some stress, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
How much money has Dom made? In parentheses, 1.5 for DVD players / cameras.
Yeah, I thought they said they made on one heist. They made $1.5 million on the DVD players and cameras. Yeah.
Damn.
So like, how much money is this crew raking in? I'm gonna say over 10 million.
That's total. A badass life right there.
Yeah.
And let me point this out how dated this is. Why were DVD players so freaking expensive? You can literally get one for $30 now. Go to Best Buy, walk in, buy one $30. You're gone. You're out. I mean, my goodness. You buy a Blu-ray player for like $50. Cameras, nobody buys cameras.
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah. Seriously, nobody.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean they definitely raked in racks. I mean, look at the cars they had. My goodness.
Yeah, they were throwing there was when they were working that orange car, the Toyota. Dom was like, "Yeah, we'll throw $15,000 at it." Like it was nothing.
Yeah, that's chump change.
Yeah,
and they laundered it through Toretto's. You know they did.
Oh, totally. Toretto's got laundered hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all a cover.
And then the last question, Devin.
Why didn't Jesse just get out of town? Just disappear like Leon did.
Would have saved his life.
Oh no, they both could have ran off with Mrs. Toretto, had a good life together.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be a good time. Come back in Fast 10, make an appearance every once in a while. It's fine.
Hey, you never know. F9 might have Leon again. You never know. They're back in LA. They're rebuilding the house.
They got to ease us in with Han first. I mean, Han was literally dead.
Dude, the car exploded.
Dead.
Exploded. He was gone.
Dead.
Doesn't make sense, but
getting time travel, baby. They're building DeLoreans.
Oh, jeez. Doc Brown. Doc Brown and F9. Well, guys, I'll run through these fun facts real quick, and then we'll get on to our shameless plugs, which all three of us have some plugs to get.
Yeah, we do.
This is the lowest budget in the franchise. Understandable, since it was the first one. But second lowest grossing in the main saga, behind ahead of only Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift was the lowest.
Wow.
Yeah. The director, Rob Cohen, was inspired to make the film after reading a 98 Vibe magazine article called Racer X about street racing in New York City. and even watching an actual illegal street race that night in Los Angeles. The film's original title was Red Line. Oh, God. No. No.
That's awful.
Yeah, that would have been awful.
That's awful.
Before it was changed to The Fast and the Furious, Roger Corman licensed the title rights of his 1955 film, The Fast and the Furious, to Universal so that the title could be used on this project. Both the films, coincidentally, were about racing. That worked out very well. The Red Line, no. No thanks. That's no. Big L avoided right there.
Red Line 7.
Fate of the
fate of the Red Line. Red Line, Tokyo Drift.
No
Too
thanks.
Red Line, Too Furious.
No thanks, dude. Actually shot in LA in Southern California. I think it's always cool when they shoot on location.
Oh yeah. Oh,
absolutely.
It always makes it better.
Yeah.
Do you know how much my heart was broken when I learned that The Office was filmed in Los Angeles or in California?
Oh, that's a tough beat.
I was so sad. Anyways, continue on.
Especially with the opening sequence, they show Scranton. Yeah,
Yeah, they finessed us throughout the whole series.
totally did. They're ridiculous. Michelle Rodriguez and Jordana Brewster didn't have driver's licenses before the movie.
What? What are we doing?
They had to
Come
get them.
on.
They had to get them during filming.
Hey, go get your driver's license. We'll pay you millions of dollars. Done.
Oh, all right, sure.
Done.
And Bryce, here was the fact I was referring to at the beginning. 78 cars wrecked during production.
Dude, that's gotta be half of their budget.
It's tough. I mean, that's
Between the wrecked cars and all the new cars, or the ones that weren't wrecked? Come on.
that's
Come on.
Oh God, I'm surprised it didn't cost more. $38 million for this movie. I thought.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. An alternate ending titled More Than Furious was filmed, in which who's Tanner? Am I missing something?
I think that's the boss.
The cop.
The one that's not his police chief, but the guy that's always giving him advice or whatever.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think that's Tanner.
Yeah. Okay, so Tanner drops Brian off at the Toretto home in the alternate ending, where he finds Mia packing, intending to move away. Brian reveals that he's resigned from the LAPD, who let him go quietly, and that he wants another chance with her. When Mia tells him that it's not going to be that simple, Brian tells her that he's got time.
Let me just say, just no thanks to this.
No, I'm glad this didn't happen.
Just absolutely just no thanks. It's so uneventful.
Yeah.
The ending of this movie, literally iconic. Like, come on, dude. No. Kind of awkward here. Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez dated at the time.
Yeah, that's not shocking. Like,
No,
they
look
just
at that
seem like
scene.
they're made for each other, you know?
Look at that scene.
Yeah,
Come on. Come
Yeah,
on. That was a tough ass grab right there.
yeah. I don't think there was a ton of acting in that scene. I think that was mostly real.
They were like, oh, you want us to do that? Oh, yeah. Done. Done. No problem.
Real drivers were used for the race wars. I like it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I mean, we didn't see it. I mean, we didn't. Honestly, I wish the race wars scene was a little more in depth, but I mean, we didn't really see a lot of driving per se.
Yeah.
But that's cool, I guess.
I agree.
And then some wild things going on here. Actors considered for the role of Brian, Mark Wahlberg, who, as we noted before the show, was busy in 2001 with Planet of the Apes.
Disgusting. Disgusting. And you know what, Mark Wahlberg, I think he could have been decent.
Yeah.
He would have been the best out of these three we're about to talk.
We probably wouldn't have these other good Mark Wahlberg flicks, though, if we're being honest.
No, definitely not.
You know?
Definitely not. Christian Bale also considered.
No thanks.
Christian Bale would have.
No thanks.
Christian Bale would have turned in Dom.
Oh,
No, 100%.
yeah. Oh my
100%.
Took his job too seriously.
And Christian Bale was riding high too at that, with American Psycho.
Yeah. Dude, he might have killed Dom. I love that.
Yeah, he might have it. He would have beat him with the pipe or a wrench.
And then this next one, I don't know what in the fuck was going on. Eminem considered for Brian.
Was this coming off 8 Mile?
8 Mile was a couple years after.
It was after this?
Yeah, it was after 2000. I think it was 2003.
Good question. 2002.
Oh, dang. Off here.
Yep.
What an interesting choice.
Why? How would that have changed the series, though?
It's I don't
I don't know.
I don't think the series continues if it's Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem did a great job playing himself. Beyond that, I don't know how he would do.
Well, we would have a new Eminem song every year.
Yeah.
He would just make it for this. It'd be shameless plugging of his music.
It'd be like a Ja Rule song at the end of every Fast and Furious movie. Oh man. Wow. This one is laughable. I should have put this in comedy. Dom is supposed to be 24 in this movie.
LOL. He looked like he was 35.
What? No.
He looked like he's been, dude. If you already spent 2 years in prison and you're 24 and you're already like, I don't want to go back to prison, like
I'll die before I go back.
Like, dude, you look like you've been around the block like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, no, gosh.
Looks like you've eaten a couple quarter miles.
Yeah, dude.
all the stress.
Dude, I'm gonna be 24 in a few months. Like, no way. No, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying this.
And then this one I thought was pretty obvious after a rewatch. Takes inspiration from Point Break. You guys ever seen Point Break?
I've seen the new one. I've not seen the old one. New one was trash.
Well, the old one is great. Yeah, the new one sucks. Needless remake, but that's for another time.
We should do a needless remake series.
That would be near the top of the list. Point Break. At the time, a lot of critics called this movie Point Break in Cars. Point Break with cars.
Oh, interesting.
In Point Break, the undercover cop goes in to infiltrate this group of bank robbers. And here it's just, he's infiltrating pretty much just truck robbers. And it's even like kind of like even the endings are kind of identical in that Brian lets Dom go and Keanu Reeves lets Patrick Swayze go at the end of Point Break. So it wasn't step for step the same kind of movie. I actually think this movie is better than Point Break.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. I feel like the Fast and the Furious is a little more iconic than Point Break. Maybe they just did it better. I don't know. Does that take away from Fast and Furious for you, Zach? With the similarities?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I think, like I said, I think Fast and Furious is a better movie. There's also another similarity. Like in this movie, Jesse dies, and that kind of pushes the plot to its end. Similar thing happens in Point Break. Keanu Reeves' boss gets shot, and that like drives it to the ending. So it doesn't take away from this movie. I think this movie did it better, honestly. So guys, what an episode this was. What a way to kick off the series. I cannot wait to continue it.
Oh yeah.
That was man, we had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
A lot of fun.
It went a long time, but we had a good time.
Absolutely.
So guys, give us some shameless plugs here. Devin, what's going on with Top?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to say that this episode of Circle City Cinema is brought to you in part by Corona, because family is everything.
You're taking a page out of Griffith's book.
The fake advertisements. I love it.
No, for real though, in the top game, I mean, we're kind of at a hiatus right now. You know, we just spent that whole college football season doing stuff, but pretty soon here we're gonna have some. We're planning on doing some draft stuff, mock drafts, and our coulda, woulda, shoulda series. Probably gonna be kicking that back up here eventually. Just been busy, but it's also the off season, so there's nothing pressing.
Yeah, right. And Bryce, what's going on with Linsanity?
Man, we have gotten into college basketball, Zach. Devin, having a great time. March Madness, or Selection Sunday, rather, 3 weeks away. Just put an episode just today, so check that out. And then Zach, we got some Battleground coming. Did one last week. We're going back to back. We're excited.
We're gonna talk. Just too much news to ignore, Bryce.
Yeah, talking about our boy Wentz.
Yeah,
yeah, man. So excited about that.
Bryce, you better be talking about our Jags.
Your come on.
Come on, they're gonna set the Horizon League tournament on fire.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Lady Jags, man. Lady Jags too.
Lady Jags just ball, dude. They just ball.
Yeah, they just.
Casey Williams is on another level, bro. She's so good.
She's great. Bryce, you mentioned BG. We're gonna be recording that tomorrow, which will be the 25th. With JD Hall, our great co-debater. You're a co-debater in that.
Yes, my fearless co-host. Facts and Stats podcast for JD as well.
Yes, Facts and Stats. Check that out on Spotify. And let's see who's next on the schedule here. Next up, Too Fast, Too Furious. Devin and JD making his cinema debut. Talking about that one. That'll be great. Another great one in the books.
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
It's going to be a great time.
Bryce will be back for Tokyo Drift.
Oh, yes. Can't wait.
And I'm firing up the favorite movie series as well. Got Caleb coming on next week for Coming to America.
No, dude, I was super excited to listen to that because I've never heard Caleb talk about movies like this, especially something like Coming to America.
I was shocked when he said that was his favorite movie. Totally shocked.
It's a good flick. It's a good flick.
It is. Totally is. And I've got you guys booked for that series as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin coming on for The Wolf of Wall Street.
Let's do it.
Oh, dude, how long is that going to be?
Dude, I deadass have watched that 3-hour movie probably 10 times.
Same, dude. It's an awesome movie. Awesome.
Dude, you guys have to break that up in 2 parts.
Dude, I watched that one time. Me and my friend, we watched it 2 times in one night.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. And then Bryce, you're coming on after Caleb for Inception.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know you've done it before, but I think we got to revisit it.
Oh, we just kind of did a little taste. We didn't go all in, but
we're definitely going all in.
We're going all in. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for that one. A lot of great favorite movies piled up. I've booked every member of the network for that series.
Wow, have you really?
Awesome.
Yes.
Wow.
Even Ryan Gregory has been booked.
Wow.
Oh, what are we doing with Ryan? I'm curious now.
Remember the Titans, of course.
Wow.
Oh, great flick, man. I wish I could be on that. That's a great flick.
Everybody's booked, and let's see. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Check out the Running Hook Network. We're on all the platforms, all the good ones: Spotify, Apple, wherever you want, Google. We're there. And as always, guys, thanks for coming on, and thanks for listening.